Welcome viewers, welcome to Oildown Factory Sessions with our artists. I am your host, Gerry Hopkin. Today we are honored to have with us the reigning groovy soca monarch out of Grenada, the man Shortpree. Shortpree, welcome.
Yeah man, thanks for having me all the time, man. Pleasure to be here.
And what is it like and what has it been like since the win?
Awesome, the reviews and the feedback from the people has been awesome. So it's good to be from Grenada, Carriacou, It's good to be representing them everywhere, and definitely something that is an honor that I take up to make sure that I could represent them 100% everywhere I go.
Of course, you are no stranger to victory. As a matter of fact, in some ways, we may say you're a veteran at this. This is not your first win, is it?
No, it's the third groovy crown, so definitely it's not something new at all.
And is there anyone else who has won as many times?
No, so they have a couple of guys won twice, and that's about it.
So that's a record on the belt.
Definitely.
Lovely, congratulations again from Oildown Factory. And tell us a bit about Shortpree, the person. Where are you from originally?
Originally from Belmont in Carriacou, and growing up, sports and music was my passion. I was always in cultural events, big drum. Every time you have sports, my mom would allow me to go. Basically, the only place my mom would allow me to go is to do or play sports. So that's where I get the love for the culture and the sports as well.
And that's Belmont in Carriacou?
Definitely.
And which schools did you attend?
And Abbeville Government School and Bishop's College, Carriacou.
And besides being a good student academically, you also excelled on the track?
Definitely. You had years on the track I would not even get a silver medal, all golds. I had some hampers where I was suffering from asthma, so my mom had some restrictions where I could and can't go. But all in all, I was a very good student and an excellent athlete as well.
Awesome. And we will since we're talking about your track record, we're going to talk a little bit more about that. I understand that you have also gone on to do something special in that area in your hometown. What's that?
Well, we have the Sprinters Track Athletic Club, and we have some of the best elite young athletes in the trial and state of Grenada, Carriacou, and Pitamanik working with right now.
So Shortpree, the artist, is not just an artist. Shortpree, the man, is somebody who cares about his community and the youths especially of his community.
Definitely so. I think sports and culture is the best way to channel the youths, because without culture there is no history, and without sports there is no fitness and health. So definitely culture and sports is something that I'm trying to push 100% for the youths and for the people of my country and island.
Commendable. Now, singing soca as a public performer, when did you first enter, the arena of singing, performing as an artist publicly?
Well, 2001, we had a show. Talpri had a show in Carriacou 2000, and Zingo was there as well. And Zingo saw when I went up on the stage with Talpri doing some of Talpri's songs, and he was like, "You have the talent to be on stage by yourself. I'm gonna do a song for you." So Zingo sent me a song 2001, and immediately captured the Carriacou Road match, and from then it was history from there.
And you came out with the name Shortpree. When did you adopt that as your stage name?
While I was performing with Talpri, Talpri was shocked the first time he saw me performing his songs exactly the way he does, and he told the crowd, "Well, from today, if I start Talpri, from today, this man had to be Shortpree." And that was the Christian right there. I didn't even give myself the name. Talpri was the one who gave me the name, and then he just stuck with the people.
Awesome. Tell me some of the competitions you performed in.
Well, the same year I went to Grenada and to take part in the Soca Monarch, and I made it to the finals of my first attempt in 2001. And 2002, the next year I went back again and same thing. So definitely I've been to Grenada Soca Monarch about 6 or 7 times to the finals, and the Groovy Monarch about 5 or 6 times to the finals.
Lovely. And of course, you started off singing mostly soca, and then you evolved as a specialist in the groovy, you may say. But besides that, You did something a couple years ago that shocked the music world in Grenada, CARICOM, PD Martinique. You sang a very serious calypso. Tell us a bit about your interest in calypso and where it stems from, and even your entirely in general your interest in performing and singing. What inspired you to do that? And tell us a bit about you and calypso.
Well, basically, I think I have to give all the props to my mom for making me listen to Calypso when I was growing up. We had no choice because she had a love for Inspector, Ajamo, and Squeezy and those guys, Black Wizard. She always used to be talking about the competition when competition times come around, who is going to win, who could give Ajamo competition. So it was embedded in me from growing up. And so Calypso is something that I feel was just instilled inside of me. Skylark, my dad used to be in Grenada performing as well and competing at a high level with them. So,
and of course, when we speak of Skylark, we're speaking of someone who has been a monarch who won Road March in 1991 and is still much respected as a veteran in the calypso world in Grenada.
Definitely. So, and he had a guest appearance in Pre-Day this year. So that was even a great thing for people to see who was one of the monarchs from the past.
Lovely. No, but tell us a bit more about the best calypso you would say you've written so far. The one that has gotten the in terms of reception, the best received.
Well, to tell you the truth, there's ongoing argument about the best song I sing. For me, one of my most enjoyed written piece was Soca Music Day, which was in 2010. I played that one for the Mighty Sparrow as well, and he endorsed that one to the fullest. He was very pleased and amazed by the writing skills in that one. So definitely that is one I'd put on top. Some people may say Summertime. Some people might say Accident, because those are some of their favorite songs.
Okay, but those are soca tunes. But I'm trying to get us to talk a little bit, especially about calypso. You did a calypso tune. It was some political commentary that, it was about, I think, international events. I can't remember exactly the title of the song. Which one was that?
It was Tunisia, the Uprising. Yeah.
Tell us about that song. What inspired you to write that song?
Well, I was basically up here in the United States at the time, so I always used to be in tune with CNN News and BBC World News and looking at the uprising in Tunisia and those places. And I was taken aback by that, because in Grenada we always talk about what's hard and what's tough. But then seeing what's hard and what's tough, it opens a light, ring a bell somewhere that you should be grateful for what we have down in the Caribbean, and try to look out for somebody else in the world who is way 10 times, 20 times worse than we are.
I think it was a very well written song, and it certainly deserved even more recognition than it got. And it's a pity our DJs don't play that one as much as they do some of the others. But I think it was a well written song, very reflective, and it's good that a calypsonian, an artist, and a soca artist, mainly a soca artist at that, would take the time to compose lyrics on an issue such as that one.
Yeah, man, and as an artist, I would always say you want to choose a topic, you have to research on the topic. So there was a lot of researching, a lot of going into Google and learning the names of the persons, how the uprising started, what caused the spark and everything. So I take it as fun. When you're doing a project, you go all out to make sure that the project comes out the best that you can make it. So I definitely go and do background check, go listen different opinions before I even put something out.
So that takes us to your writing style, because the songs you sing are songs that you have written. No, tell us, what's your approach to writing a song? What's your method?
Just tell a story, and most of the artists nowadays, when they approach me, they're like, I have a topic. How can you have a topic without a story? You have to have a story and then get a topic out of the story. So I basically just go tell a story, try to tell a story in the best way and make sure that the story has a beginning. You lay out a pattern and it has a closure, just like how you tell an ordinary story when you're in school and you're doing a literature exam or something. So it's not as difficult. The only difficult part is just getting the melodies together.
You speak like a veteran, man. I've been honored to spend quite a bit of time with the Mighty Sparrow, and what you just said there is very much like that, which he has explained to me in terms of his writing method as well. We can't close this session here without me asking you a bit about the song you won Groovy with. Tell me a bit about that song, the significance of it, what made you write it, and why you think it gave you the victory.
Well, the idea came to me from someone in London, where they took me to the library to do some research on the slaves and some of the traditions, some of our cultures that was lost or erased because the slave masters thought that our ways was a lot better. The doctors, they tried to, they kill off some of our doctors, and the only time that the slaves had free was the time before the Ash Wednesday celebration, where they get a chance to partake and show off, the culture from where they came from. And the jab style was what the slaves used to do. And at the abolishment of slavery, the slaves and them celebrated by they do a lot of looting. Well, we always loot. It seems they did a lot of looting and stuff, like they was never allowed to eat meat. The meat was for master and the people. So when slavery abolished, they break down some of the sheds and stole the meat, stole the food, the saltfish, everything. So people see the jab with the saltfish, they see the jab with the pig and everything, but they don't know where it came from. But it definitely came from the slavery, when slavery was abolished, that we took advantage of everything that was kept away from us. We definitely take advantage of it, and rum in barrel, rum in pail, rum everywhere. We were not allowed to drink, but we were cultivating the cane fields. So when slavery was abolished, we took advantage of every single thing. So the dismass came definitely from looking and reading up on the slaves and the abolishment of slaves, and then I just put it to pen and paper.
And as Caldwell Taylor has documented too, the jab in a way is satire, is a way of mocking the master, who is always taken from us.
Definitely.
Taken from us, the people, the ancestors, the ones who were enslaved and who labored so hard to make life so comfortable for the colonizers.
Definitely. It's like a show-off thing. You're telling me I couldn't eat pig, but I have a whole pig now. You tell me I couldn't eat saltfish. Look, I have a case of saltfish. You tell me I couldn't drink rum. I have it by the bucket. So definitely, it's a show-off. It's something you black up yourself and try to mock them for the things that they used to deprive us of, that we have it in abundance now.
Lovely. So before you go, a staple of this special show, the Oildown Factory session with our artists, is that big question. Because we are Oildown people.
Yeah, definitely.
We are Oildown cooking, Oildown eating, Oildown loving people. So when you cook or eat your Oildown, what meat you prefer in your Oildown?
What meat? Like, my favorite is gonna be the pig snout. But yeah, definitely pig snout. But I want saltfish to be in there as well. Saltfish, pig snout, and chicken back.
What is it about you and these guys from Carriacou and saltfish?
I know saltfish could mix with anything. That is about it.
Sparrow like it too,
Saltfish sweet.
From us here inside of Oildown Factory sessions with our artists, Gerry Hopkin, saying good day.